Hey FlossTube, it's Julie with Reflections, Framing, and Stitching. Let's try that again, shall we? This is Julie. I'm Julie. And I own a shop called Reflections, Framing, and Stitching. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you have been here before. Today I am going to show you some stitching progress, but it's going to be fairly short. Some of you probably know we have a new puppy. She's taking up a lot of time, so stitching is at a premium right now. And so I think I'll be doing little quick videos that I'll put together at the end. So today, for those of you who would like to know what day it is that I am doing this, it is Wednesday, and I believe it's the 26th, maybe? Let me see. Could be the 27th. 27th, Wednesday the 27th of May. I'm about to leave for work, so it's good that this is going to be short. Gertie, don't chew on that. So let's just get right into it. Shall we? Shall we? I don't know if we should or should not. Do I have anything important I need to tell you? Probably not. There's not much important going on. I do hope you all had a good Memorial Day weekend. Ours was fairly quiet. Abby and Travis came in to town Saturday. Well, Travis was already here. Abby came in with the kids and Chili, the dog, on Saturday afternoon, and then she left the kids and dog here, went downtown to watch the baseball game with Travis, and then they all spent the night and left early Sunday morning so Hayden could get to t-ball practice. Travis is the coach, so it'd look bad if they didn't show up for practice. And but Saturday evening, Alex and Emily and brought Griffin over to say hi, and Adam and Marcia brought Emma and Adeline over to say hello. Abby likes the cousins to at least see each other briefly anyway. I don't know that the cousins care, but Abby cares that her kids, because they don't live here, she cares that they know her kids. So they played together for a while, went down to the park with Dan, and then they all went home, and Abby and Travis left early on Sunday, which I think I already said. So that was our weekend. Otherwise, we had a very low-key weekend. Dan did a few things. I cleaned my bedroom, and boy did it need it. So we got things done. That's what needed to happen. So I'm going to show you my stitching real quick, and then I got to go to work. So first up is Abigail from Stacy Nash. It's an animal cracker. Looks like that. I think she's so cute. And as Rosie put it, she has freckles. So, what can I say about Abigail? She is supposed to be stitched on a 36 count Shrekie's Tan from Needle Bling. I am choosing to do mine on 40 count Bow Truckle from Tabby Cat. I am in love with this color. Absolutely love this color. So, looks like that. That is how much I've gotten done. Now, I think I showed you my progress in the last video, which, by the way, posted yesterday. So Tuesday, the 26th, was the retreat recap. It's a very long video, but you can break it up if you don't want to watch it all at once. You can break it up into, 30-minute segments, and you've got something to watch for 4 days. But it was a retreat recap, showed all the retreat stuff, the project and everything. Showed the new puppy, if you hadn't heard. Got a new puppy. Didn't know that was going to happen, but it did. So in my heart, I think Rags sent her to me, because there is a long story that I told. So anyway, there's Abigail. So I think what I have done is from the horns down, since I showed it in the previous video. That's one. Second thing I've worked on is, let me find the picture. Here it is. Hummingbird's Garden, sent by Samplers Not Forgotten. This one was released in 2025 at Market, and it looks something like this. This one is called to be stitched on 36 count beige from Weeks Dye Works. I have chosen to stitch it on 40 count raw natural, and I showed this also in my last video, but it was just the small start that I had at retreat, and I now have more done. I added some more green and then the pink in the flowers. So that is project number 2 that I have worked on. And project number 3, I do not have a picture of it because I believe the dogs ate it. But it's an oldie. I think it's like Manor at Peacock Hill, or Peacock Hill. If you're new here, you're not going to get that peacock reference. But I stitched a peacock a number of years ago, and Dan started saying peacock every time he would use the word, and I have just picked up on it. So anyway, it's a with thy needle and thread. I don't know what I'm stitching it on anymore. I wonder, do I have that in my handy dandy little app? Let me look real quick, and we'll see. If I'm correct in the name, which who knows. Manor at Peacock Hill, yes. 40 count vintage pecan butter from Lakeside Linens, and I have done some substitutions for colors. I subbed Uniform Blue for the Otter Creek and Tartan Plaid for the Mountain Mist. So mine's going to look a little bit different. I also think I subbed English Ivy for Oscar, but I don't have that written in there, so I might have done that later. But that's what I've got done so far. What I have done since I picked it back up are those 2 little letters and this squiggle right there. I only worked on it for a little bit last night, because it seems like every time I take my stitching out, then the puppy requires some sort of attention, whether she's eating something she shouldn't or just needs to be played with. She tends to sleep all day at work with me, and then evenings are a lot. She needs that energy run off. So she's doing pretty good, getting along with Remy. Remy's not doing so good getting along with Lola now. Lola wants nothing to do with the puppy, so she growls at her, which sets Remy off. Remy does not want anyone growling at Gertie unless it's Remy. So I don't know how this is going to play out. I suggested to Abby that maybe Lola wanted to go back home with her, and she said no. So they're going to have to figure it out. I'm just not sure. I feel bad for Lola, though, because she just kind of is getting beat up. So we're going to have to figure this out. There's just no way about it. So anyway, that's going to do it for this particular little clip. And I will see you maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Bye. Well, it's me again. I am at the shop, and I have a couple of finishes that I thought I would share with you guys. So, one of them is over a year old, and then I have a couple others to show. So I thought I would do that before I move on to some other things. So I finished Land That I Love, my version of Land That I Love, and brought it to work, cut the foam core, took it home, did the pinning and stuff on it, because I'm not supposed to be doing that. So I did it last night because I know I have PT tomorrow, so she can maybe undo what I did, because I'm feeling it today. But I thought I would show you it all pinned. We're having a little debate, because to me it looks crooked and trapezoidal and all the things. And I think I mentioned earlier, I'm just going to frame it and go with it. It's not crooked. It's not trapezoidal. I think it's just an optical illusion. But if you see that when I hold it up, you'll know that I've measured. It's fine. It's good. It just, I don't know. I don't know if it was the changes that I made, because I did make quite a few changes on this, which I will go over with you a little bit, if I can remember them all. So I'm going to hold it up, and then I'll talk a little bit about the changes. So I have to be way far away from the camera in order for you to see and me to see. So here it is, all finished. I'm going to sit it down so that you know it's on a flat surface. It's, there, like that. So this is my version of Land That I Love. And what I changed, is the fabric. This is on 40 count anthracite that I dipped in walnut crystals and grunged it up. I changed some colors so that it would show up on this blue fabric. I took the band of strawberries out and added this band, which is from Liberty, I think is the name of the chart, from Little House. And then I took out all the folderol that was down here and put in With Liberty and Justice for All, and I moved some of that stuff that was down here to the top of here. I added my initials, which is something that I never do. My initials here. This is where I added some of this bottom stuff, is over here. Remember, I can't see this. It's too far away for me now. But those are the basic changes that I have made. I am debating between two different frames, but I think these are the two different frames that I am debating. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with the darker one. I just like it better. But I think I like it better on the piece also. So let me turn it around. There. I think that's what I'm going to do. What do you think? Okay, so I mentioned that there's another piece that's a year old. That is the, and I think I showed it to you finished, but I haven't showed it to you with the frame. So it's finished. It's been stretched for a year and waiting to be framed. The frame has been here a year or two, but when I do go rogue and do some framing, I have been doing customer work because I feel that's more important than my own. But I thought I would show, as long as I was here and showing things, I thought I would show you what it will look like if I ever get it done. Which, no guarantees there. But that's, and this you might think, oh, that frame looks familiar. This is the lighter version of the frame I think I'm going to go with for the other piece. So that is close to being done, but not. So there's that. And then last, but certainly not least, is my version of By the Scissors from Hands On Design. I'm going to take these off because it annoys me. I did a color conversion for Connie and to DMC, different DMCs, because the called for were a little bit bright for me. And Connie. So she wanted it converted and primmed up a little bit, and then I went ahead and did a second conversion to overdyes. So they're similar, but not quite the same. But I'm going to show them to you together. And then I had Dan, when I saw it, I knew, excuse me, I knew immediately that I wanted Dan, him being Dan, I wanted him to make a box that would, I could mount the piece on the front and put scissors in the top. So he did do that for me, and I do have a couple of them for sale if anyone is interested. But I'll show you Connie's. This is the DMC version mounted on the box. You can put 5 scissors in there. There is a second inside. There is a second level piece with holes in it so that it keeps the scissors standing upright. So should you buy one of these boxes and you get it and you feel like the scissors aren't fitting quite right, you got to hit the hole so that it stands up straight, because if you don't hit the hole, then it's obviously not going to go all the way down. But this is her version that I did for her, and she stitched it. She wanted, I used the colors that she kind of wanted, and then my version, and I have my scissors in it. Oh, I needed to show you on the box. Dan also put a pair of scissors on each side. And then it's Naughty Dan's workshop, wood shop on the back. Okay, so my version looks like this. So similar, I have a little more green than blue. I am not a blue person. We all know that. The reds are similar. I wanted black scissors instead of blue scissors like Connie has. There they are side by side. And there's what scissors look like in it. And I chose scissors that I thought went with the piece, because, I like to make things matchy-matchy. And my box is stained, and you can't really, the scissors are on there, but you can't see them as well, especially on the video. But they are on there. There, you can kind of see it. The rest of them, he just put a clear coat on them so that you could see the scissors better. So yeah, that's the other finish. So that's 3. Although that one, the other one was from last year, but someday it'll be in the frame, and then it'll hang on the wall, and then I can see it all the time. But so that's all I've got for you. I just was gonna do a quick video showing you my finishes, and I will see you in the next clip. Bye. Well, that plan failed. You know, the one that I talked about earlier where I was gonna video little clips every couple days to show you my progress on the stitching. And yeah, I think it's probably been almost 2 weeks since I did that. So, sorry. Plans and I just, we just don't get along, ever. Like, I make them, I intend to keep them, and then it just all falls apart. So, my apologies for that. It is, like I said, I think a couple weeks later. It's been very busy. This puppy thing, I don't know what I was thinking. I am a lot older than the last time I had a puppy. And they take a lot of work. Up and down those stairs, going potty all the time, keeping an eye on her, playing with her. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, and I don't regret getting a puppy, mostly. She does fine at night. She's sleeping through the night just fine. Aren't you, Gertie? Yes. She's sleeping through the night just fine. But, you know, she's a puppy, high energy. I am very low energy these days, so it's been a lot. And then we're having problems with Remy attacking Lola for some reason, so we've got to call in to a behaviorist to try and figure out how we handle that situation. So I don't know. Do you want to say hi to Gertie? Gertie, do you want to say hi to FlossTube? Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, such a good puppy. Such a good puppy. There's that little puppy. Yeah. There's Gertie. She's over 4 pounds now. She'll probably get, I'm going to guess, to about 10, if I had to guess. But she's a lot of fun. She keeps Remy on her toes. They play together nicely when Remy's in the mood. But Remy's not always in the mood, is she? No. So then we lower ourselves to play with the humans, huh? Yeah, then we play with the humans. Such a good girl. Yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, so since my plan failed, I have some stitching to show you. I'm going to talk a little bit about the shop. I'm going to talk a little bit about retreat, vacation. I am going to start with my new start. I wasn't feeling any of my other whips the other night, so I did pick up a piece that I had bought at Market called Patriotic Peacemakers. The chart's out in the thing. The chart's out in the thing. What is that thing? A footstool? Yeah, bench that the lid opens up. And I didn't feel like digging it out. So here's a picture. It's from Summer House. And I started on this one because it's the biggest of the 3. They're 3 different sizes. They're stitched on 32 count raw natural. There's only 3 colors. What are the 3 colors? Julie, what are the 3 colors? Eggshell, licorice red, and blue corn. Now, licorice red is not my favorite red in the world. I kind of wish I had changed it On the other hand, I liked the models, so I'm sticking with what's called for. I'm not enjoying the 32 count because you got to use 2 strands, and that's, you know, I prefer 1 strand. It's fine. It's going fine. I got this done during a Zoom call on Saturday night. So got the upper left corner as always. It's got all 3 colors so you can see how they work together. That it will be fine once they're done. I just have to kind of suck it up and do it. So I really liked the models that she had at market. So I know I'm going to like it when it's done. I'm just not going to necessarily thoroughly enjoy the process, although it's fairly easy. So I'm not hating it. Don't get that impression. I'm not hating it. It's just not my normal jam. The other night, or last night, I think last night, I picked up One Stitch at a Time from Lottie Da. She's one of my favorite designers, and I think she's highly underrated. She hasn't done a whole lot lately, but I love this one. I love the house. I don't like stitching the house, but I love the house. I like the saying, it's beautiful things come together one stitch at a time. And I like the colors. So I am stitching this on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha over 1. So last night I worked on the house some more. Let me fold this up small so it's easier for you to see what I did. Okay, so I finished putting in this part down here, and then I did the rest of this part of the house. This part of the house. So I still have the top half to go, but I made pretty good progress. I only had it up to the door, so basically I did all of that, and then this down here. And that was fun. Gertie doesn't leave me a whole lot of stitching time, so, you know, any progress right now is fantastic. Next up, we have Abigail from Stacy Nash. I am stitching her on 40 count bow truckle from Tabby Cat, and I am loving the color. Love the color. And I got her bodice done. So she's coming along well. I might work on her tonight. I have another Zoom call. So I might work on her dress. What would it be? What would it be? Where would I go? I probably would start the stripes on her dress tonight if I decide to work on her. Well, her arms first, then the stripes. So we'll see if I decide to work on her. It's going to be whatever tickles my fancy. Because as I said, plans and I are not working. We're just going to wing it. We're just going to wing it. Hummingbird's Garden from Samplers Not Forgotten was released a year ago. Well, 2025 at market. It looks like this. And I got a little farther on the flowers and started adding in some of the, I was missing bullfrog for some reason. So I remembered finally to bring it home. So I got a little bullfrog added in, and then some of the flowers, I think, since the last time I showed this. I could work on this tonight too. I could bring the border down. That's a possibility. It's a good possibility. And last, certainly not least, this is the one that I am trying to finish. It has been quite a few years. I don't know how many years, but quite a few years. Let's see, this came out in 2013, so that's probably when I started it. So you're talking 13 years that I have worked on this off and on. And I keep thinking, oh, I'm almost done. And then I look at the pattern and I think to myself, self, you're deluding. Totally delusional. Totally. It is not almost done. Kate would say it's almost done. And if you look at it as it's more done than not, then I'm almost done. But I think those stitches are like multiplying overnight or ripping themselves out, or something is happening because I keep stitching on it and it just doesn't seem to get finished. Ever does it seem to get finished. So, there's that. I forgot to turn my microphone on. So if you're having a hard time hearing this, now you know why. I just turned it on, so the volume's going to change a little bit. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is Manor at Peacock Hill. As I said, I have been stitching and stitching and stitching, and I'm not getting very far on it. I took it out of the Q-snap so that maybe it would look more finished than what it is. It is what it is. But this is the one I am trying to focus on more so I can get it done. That is one of my goals for this year is let's choose something that is closer to being finished than not and focus on it more than some other things. But as I said earlier, plans and I don't always go together. We don't get along. Who knows what will happen, but I am going to try. So this is my progress on Manor at Peacock Hill. I do not have, the dog ate the picture, and I don't have. I keep saying I'm going to take a photocopy of the cover from work, but I haven't done that yet, so you get the idea. And Julie, you say, what have you done? Well, I added one of the pomegranates. I added more of the border, the key, these 4 stars. Yeah, that's what Julie's done. So I've gotten, progress has been made. But in my head, I was closer to being done. So there's that. It will get there. It will get there. I've always wanted to finish that one, and now is the time to do it. Right? Right. That's the sum total of what my stitching has been. And I'm very proud of what I have accomplished because, like I said, little Gertie keeps us hopping at night, and Dan isn't always around to watch her. So we'll just keep plugging away till things are done. All right, next, what do I want to talk about next? I don't have anything else to show you. So if you're here strictly for counter cross stitch and what I've done, that section is over. You may go now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you don't mind listening to me ramble for a while, then you want to stick around. Because I was going to talk a little bit about a few things. One of them being the shop. And I am kind of itching to do a complete reset. Totally rearrange, redo, redecorate. Things just, have been stale for a while. The models on the wall haven't been redone. We need to have a sale on charts. So that's going to happen after I get back from vacation, which we will talk about. But the models need to be taken off, dusted. Some of the numbers have fallen off of them. I number my models and keep the charts in the file cabinet behind the counter because they were disappearing. So I need to redo them, add in some new ones, remove some that maybe haven't sold for a long time, and it's just time for them to go. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys is when you're in a cross-stitch store and you're browsing charts, I know there's a lot of different ways that people put charts in baskets, and people, have them in those slotted things. I tend to not like those because they tend to flop forward. So currently, if you haven't been in my store in person, along the back wall, I have the most popular designers in alphabetical order, and they're hanging this like this. They hang like this. So you have to kind of thumb through at an angle to see what's hanging there. I'm not terribly thrilled with how that is, but it's one way to get more variety in your shop. And I put the more popular designers there for a reason, because people are more likely to go through the more popular designers than they are the not as popular designers. So I'm asking you, when you're browsing in a shop and looking at charts, how do you like to? Do you mind doing that? How do you prefer to see charts when you're in a shop? The less popular designers, and that's not to say they're not popular, they're just not as popular in my shop, because every shop has a different flavor and sells different things. And in my shop, the ones that don't sell maybe as easily as the others, like Teresa Kogut or With a Needle and Thread, they hang out on the racks, and they hang this way so you can actually see them. So like La Di Da is one that hangs on the other racks this way, because she tends not to sell. I don't understand why, but because I love her stuff, but that's just me. It's not you. Everyone loves something different, and thank God there is something different for every taste in our hobby. You don't have to do something that you don't like or that isn't to your taste. So, but since I'm going to do a complete reset, I would like to know just some opinions on, is it okay to leave them hanging that way, or would you prefer not to have as many choices and maybe, more easily seen? That's a good question. More choices, more easily seen would be good. Just something. Anyway, that's my plan for after the sale. Let's weed those charts down a little bit, hopefully. And I'm not exactly sure when they will go on sale. So it'll happen at some point after I come back from vacation. So speaking of vacation, we're taking our yearly trip over the 4th of July. The shop will be open on, I'll be gone from the shop. Well, I will be on vacation for 10 days. The shop will be open a couple of days during that 10-day period. Doreen's going to have it open. But if you order online, please know that it's going to be a while before I get it sent out. And let's see, what else do I want to talk? Oh, we are going back to the same place. I'm hoping they did something about the bats, but we've got plans in place. You know, bats are protected, so it's not like we can kill them. I just don't want to sleep with them. So we have some, there's some, I don't know, smelly stuff you can use. There's the ultrasonic machine. We've done research. We're going to do our best to, like, you know, make sure that there's none in there. But I think I'm probably going to leave Lola home just because of the tension between her and Remy, and Melanie will have her dogs there, which might up the tension level even more. So I think I'm going to leave Lola home with a babysitter. So she'll be much happier, I think. And it will make my vacation less stressful because I won't have to worry about watching Remy like a hawk. And that's what vacation is about, is less stress. So I do leave on the 26th of June. So check the calendar on the website for what dates the shop will be open. And I will, of course, do a video while we're there. Kate's already planning out her stitching, so she plans to come to the shop and kit up a couple things, because you know you always have to have a new start for vacation. So I guess I have to figure out a new start for vacation. I don't know what that will be, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. The next thing I want to talk about is retreat. Registration for our fall retreat began last Tuesday. At this point, all the rooms are full. We've got some new people coming. Some people that haven't been there for a little bit are also coming. The ladies from Wisconsin are coming, and they're bringing a friend. So I can't wait to meet Lois. And I'm sure she sounded as nice as Polly and Cindy do, or are. So I'm looking forward to meeting her. So at this point, there is a wait list. So if you're still interested, don't panic. We'll see what we can do about getting you in if you're interested. And that, let's see, the dates are the 1st through the 4th of October. And you can find the forms under current events. There's a link that you can hit that will take you to the PDF. So, but you should call in and say you're interested first before you go to that trouble. And then, let's see. What else do I want to talk to you about? I don't think so. My hair's growing out. You like my little curlicue? This side does its own thing. This side will still do what I want it to do, which is not to flip out, but yeah, it's getting to the point where the sides are now meeting up with the length of the back, so it's growing. It's just slow. And I don't know how long I want it to get. Not terribly long. And who knows, I may cut it all off again. You just never know. Might get tired of it. So, anyway, I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing. I doubt if mine get hyped. I'm not sure what hyping is, but people are saying something about, hype my video if it says to. So, hey, hype my video if it says you can. And let me know in the comments how you like charts to be. Are you buying charts, or have you slowed down? But how do you, when you're going to buy charts, how do you like to see them? And do you like a bigger selection that's maybe harder to browse, or a smaller selection that's easier to browse? There's your question for the day. Please answer it. Please leave me a comment so I know you're watching. And I will see you in the next one. You take care until then.